It is impossible to learn anything consistently in a state of panic. We are always in a state of panic, except that most of the time we are unaware of it. It was panic that literally drove us out of our minds and into the world, and we carry it with us since ideas leave not their source. We are, however, adept at covering over our fears and even more adept at projecting them from our minds to everything around us. Jesus is instructing us in the obvious. Once we are in a state of panic, we cannot learn. If we are terrified of a teacher in school, for example, we are not going to learn, no matter how brilliant the teaching. Fear interferes with learning that can occur only when we are in a state of acceptance. We are taught in A Course in Miracles, as we were 2,500 years ago by Plato in his theory of anamnesis, that true learning is remembering, for the truth is already within us and needs but to be accepted. Fear conceals it and makes remembering impossible. The ego keeps us panic-stricken, yet has us call upon its guidance to defend against this panic with special relationships, which make learning the truth of our natural oneness even more impossible. The ego, of course, never wants us to learn, because meaningful learning is unlearning, and the ego never wants us to unlearn the lies it taught us. If the purpose of this course is to help you remember what you are, and if you believe that what you are is fearful, then it must follow that you will not learn this course. Yet the reason for the course is that you do not know what you are. This is why even the most well-intentioned students have trouble, not only learning the course's metaphysics, but knowing it from within, so that the peace Jesus speaks of will be theirs in awareness. A Course in Miracles teaches us who we are, and we have expended an enormous amount of effort denying this identity. First by making the ego thought system, and then a world to conceal it. Understandably then, we have trouble learning Jesus' course, because we do not want to know what it says about reality and illusion, Christ and the ego, ourself and ourself. When you ask the Holy Spirit for what would hurt you, He cannot answer because nothing can hurt you, and so you are asking for nothing. I mentioned in the prelude that wordplay is one of the stylistic characteristics of A Course in Miracles. The above line is an example where nothing is used in two ways. In the sense of no thing, there is not anything that can hurt us, and as a state, nothingness in itself. To say that nothing can hurt us means that illusions can have no effect on us. In our dreams, we believe they can, but in reality, they have no power to affect us. The Holy Spirit cannot answer us when we ask for something special, which is always illusory, but because in our insanity we believe that nothingness can hurt us. In this sense, we are really asking Him for nothing. When we ask the Holy Spirit for specific help, some aspect of specialness, we request nothing because His only help can be to remind us to choose the atonement and remember who we are. While on the one hand, nothing can hurt our invulnerability as God's Son, because there is nothing out there to affect us. On the other hand, within the ego's dream, nothing, i.e. nothingness, can hurt us, for we believe that the illusion of separation can and has changed our reality as the oneness of God's perfect Son. Any wish that stems from the ego is a wish for nothing, and to ask for it is not a request. It is merely a denial in the form of a request. The wish is for illusions as well as for nothing, no thing. Restated, this wish comes from the form of a request, a way of saying, I believe the ego and its needs are real, and I want these met. Please, Jesus, do this for me. However, this request denies the fact that we truly have no needs. Because Spirit needs nothing, having and being everything, we are not asking for anything real. The only meaningful prayer, as we were taught earlier, is for forgiveness, because we have everything. This means that the only thing we should ask for is help to change our minds, to remember that we have a mind. Within that mind rests two choices, of which but one is real. The Holy Spirit is not concerned with form, being aware of only meaning. I keep turning these words around. Let me try again. The Holy Spirit is not concerned with form, being aware only of meaning. We saw this same idea expressed in chapter 8. The Holy Spirit is not interested in form, which he does not even see, for it is merely a shadowy fragment of the mind's thought of separation that has never left its source. That is why to continually ask for help on the level of behavior goes directly against everything this course is teaching. There surely are passages, relatively few, that say we should ask for specific help, but that is because Jesus is meeting us at the bottom of the ladder, where we believe we exist as bodies. Progress up the ladder, however, comes as we recognize that there is nothing in the world we need help with, because what happens here in this world is not the issue. Ideas leave not their source. The help we do need lies in recalling that our self in the illusion is a decision-making mind, the locus of the problem of guilt and its solution of forgiveness.